Mongi is the Director of CARE, the Council of American Islamic Relations in Connecticut.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters. Let me take this off. I'm absolutely proud to look over and see all these beautiful faces. This is a true coalition. When we say the people get together here to welcome the Syrian people, this is what we mean. We mean the old people and the young people. We mean the white and the black and the brown and the yellow. We mean the Muslims, the Christians, the Jews, those who have a faith and those who do not have faith. This is the face of America that has to open its doors and is opening its doors and welcoming our Syrian brothers and sisters. Let me remind the other opposition. Read history. It will do you quite a good thing. The Syrian people have been known throughout history that their door has never closed on a refugee in the region. They did not discriminate between the Arabs and the non-Arabs. They did not discriminate based on religion. Anyone who is fleeing a war-torn place or is seeking shelter has found peace and has found the doors of Syria open throughout history. Let me remind the other side also that there are in this conflict, there are some facts and there are some fictions. There is some ignorance and there is some knowledge. And what we need to do is we need to decipher among all of this. In this crisis, there is different groups and I have a very short message to each and every one. Let me start with you who stand with the Syrian people. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for braving this cold and rainy day to be here and to let your voice be heard. However, we need to do our work. We need to do and start a conversation between ourselves because the Syrian crisis is not a refugee crisis. There is a bigger problem that we have to address. But here, today, we come united with one message and say, welcome to the Syrian people. But what we need to do is we need to sit down around a table and say, how can we fix this problem? How can we keep the Syrian people safe in their home? We might differ on the approach, but at least there are some things that we have to realize. I am from Tunisia and I know the region. The region suffered from colonialism, suffered from intervention, suffered from wars that were imposed on it. But we must also recognize that the region suffered from its own dictatorship that killed its own people, that prevented its own people from being free and dignified. We must recognize that. Bashar al-Assad is a dictator who killed his own people. But also Bashar al-Assad, there is forces from outside who try to impose and intervene in the Syrian crisis. Instead of helping Syrians to solve their own problems, we created even a bigger mess. We created a bigger mess. And we as people who support Syrians, we must help them find a solution. We must help the Syrian people find a solution, not through war, not through military intervention, and not through proxy and financing extreme groups. I have a message for the other side, and I mean the other side, those who are gone, those who are basing their decisions and their support or not support, not on reason, not on facts, but on racism and hate and fear-mongering.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I personally gave up on them. I leave their issue to God Almighty, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Maybe one day He will guide them and show them the light. However, the majority, I believe, the majority of the American people are confused They do not have the facts. The agenda behind them is being driven by fear-mongers, those who are well-organized, well-funded Islamophobes, racist, anti-immigrant, anti-women, anti-everything that is progressive, that we see is positive.
Yes, that's right.
So our job, and my message to the rest of the American people is, let us sit down and talk. Let us sift through the facts. Look at the immigration system. If ISIS or any other extreme groups want to infiltrate the immigration and refugees to come to this country, they have to jump through hoops. There is some easier ways to get in. The refugee category in the immigration system is the toughest.
That's right.
Is the toughest among all of them. Those who come here as tourists, it is easier to get a visa. Those who want to come here to go to school, it is easier for them to get a visa. Those who come here through contracts with other companies to work in this country, it's easier for them to get a visa. The refugee status is the toughest. So do not buy into this hype that we are afraid that they're going to infiltrate this country and cause harm through the refugee system. It is not true. So my dear brothers and sisters, let us go out and seek those who are seeking the truth and sit down with them in the spirit of thanksgiving, in the spirit of this openness. Let us invite them to a reasonable dialogue, because I believe if we present the facts, if we present our case, we will win them over, and we will restore, I say restore, some of the reasons to Congress that drove the bill and were able to pull over 47 of the Democrats into their side. 2 of them are from the state of Connecticut. Congressman Joe Courtney needs to hear from us. Congressman Joe Hines needs to hear from us. These are people who supported the cause of the Syrian people. But they were flooded with phone calls from the other side. And they were forced, I say, forced their hand. They chose to be forced to vote to the other side. Let us help them. Let us also flood their offices with phone calls and say, come back to reason. Let's say, reconsider your vote. Reconsider your vote to welcome the Syrian people and look around us. The other side is non-existent when facts exist. Thank you.